Good evening, friends. So, I know you had a long, tiring day, but the intention of this video is to make you aware that this current affairs section can be a cause of your success and failure both. So whatever you do with it, so how you approach this current affairs would guide your entire journey of this UPSC exam. Okay, so some people who may have missed this current affairs, or those who have not given appropriate attention to this section, may have felt a little heat today once again. Okay, so anyways, the intention of this video is not to present any kind of evidence of our efforts, because because we know that you all trust us, but we are making this video for the new people, those who are not associated with us, so that they would know that how we covered this current affairs section for our students. So let me make it clear to you that these current affairs that videos that we make, or current affairs files that we share, they are all free of cost, and they will continue to be free of cost, and we will not be charging anything for this. And so it is all the more reason for you to join us. So those who know us, those who have been with us, those who are attending our classes, those who are reading our notes, they must be knowing that our current affairs section was sufficiently covering most of the questions. We're not saying that all of the questions were from our notes, but sufficiently, more than sufficiently, I would rather say. And we're not making any tall claims here, but we have made considerably good progress this time. And this is the bare minimum that we are doing for you. Anything less than that would have been a breach of faith, the faith that you have put on us. And let me remind you that we are only claiming the direct questions that belong to the current affairs section. And we are all on so this is the set A of this exam, the paper, set A of this question paper. And these the question numbers are mentioned here, the topics are there, and the source that the day we covered this topic. And of course we are covering the primary source here. So you know that we go for daily, then weekly, then monthly, quarterly, biannually, and then annual current affairs. So we are only pinpointing the exact date and even the week in which that topic was covered. Okay, and I would also like to thank all of you, because your effort is also appreciated, because I know that you all wake up at 7 a.m. daily for this class to learn new things, and you keep up with the consistency. So that is also appreciated, and this would have contributed to your preparation also. And let us see what kind of questions were there that we covered in our topics. And these are the screenshots. Okay, so like for the question number 3 in set A, the topic was government securities. We have covered it umpteen numbers of time, because this was even in the news during the GSAP program. Okay, so but I am just mentioning the one day that we covered. I think it was 8th May 2021. This was also the time when this GSAP was in the news. So we covered it extensively in the bond yields topic. You can just see your notes that week. On the first week of May 2021, we covered this topic. Similarly, this new e-commerce rules, question number 6, in which there was a question regarding, I think, foreign e-commerce companies. So because this topic came because there were new e-commerce rules, and the government proposed changes, and then to the Consumer Protection Act, and these new rules came into force. We covered this topic on the 23rd June 2021. Okay, so this is the screenshot of that, of course. And the next one is, of course, the question number 9, the capital and revenue expenditure. So there were two statements given to you, and you had to see what was capital expenditure and what was revenue expenditure. So we have also covered this in our economic section, but also this topic was there, I think on 1st of November, we covered it, the fiscal deficit topic. And in that topic we discussed it extensively what is this uh, capital expenditure, what is this revenue expenditure. And there was also an editorial from Financial Express that we discussed, and this was also giving you an insight over what is capital and revenue expenditure. So similarly, there was a question number 4, contempt of court, which we discussed several times, of course, but the first time that we discussed about it was on 12th of November, because of there was a stand-up comedian on whom contempt of court proceedings were to be initiated. But of course, there was this topic that was in news because of that. So we discussed it on 12th of November 2020. So those who do not have the access to our files, they can just join our Telegram group and they can download these files in the search box, and they can see if this topic was there or not. Okay, of course, those who are with us, they already know that these topics were covered. They already learned it from us. And similarly, there were other topics like this anti-defection law, which we covered as recently as in January 2022. Anti-defection law was covered very extensively. Article 32 of the Constitution, so these mandamus topic question, which was there in the exam, we covered it also on the 19th of November 2020. So you just see this trend, that it is not just that your current affairs would be 1 year old or 1.5 year old, so it can be 2 year or 3 year old also. Okay, similarly, this Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, so it was covered as recently as 3rd of June 2022. I think 2 days earlier we discussed it very elaborately. So this topic was discussed, and this question was formed out of this topic also. And we also had this discussion about the system of Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. This question number 20 was there. Similarly, many such questions have been there. We have given you the source, and we have also shared the screenshot here in another file. You can see it yourself. Well, of course, we are going to share these 2 files with you on Telegram so that anyone who is not aware of our efforts would know that we're not lying, of course. Okay, we are only claiming 32 questions for current affairs. Of course, because there could be more questions also from the economy section also, section specifically, which we may have covered in 1 or 2 items. But we are taking it as the economy topic only. Okay, we are not covering it in current affairs section. We are assuming that those topics were from economy section. So of course, our economy teacher would also show you their notes that they have also covered it in the class. So anyways, this is only the current affair topics that we covered in our class. Okay, so similarly, qubit and Forbes. Forbes was also in news. You know that China tested its hypersonic glide vehicle. We covered that topic on 19th of October. So this topic was covered also very elaborately. This Chinese military launched a rocket that carried a hypersonic glide vehicle, and this was a very straightforward question. It was based on the statements that were used from this particular line only, and it was very straightforward question. If you had just given it a simple reading, you would have attempted it. Similarly, this qubit was a small topic which we covered in the QSIM. QSIM was an initiative. This initiative, Union Ministry of State Electronics and Information Technology, launched this QSIM, quantum computing simulator toolkit. So in that topic, this quantum computing, while we were discussing this quantum computing, we discussed about qubits. So this was also a direct question that came out of this topic. Similarly, you know that this types of vaccines, we have covered it so many times. It was a very easy question. Solar storms also, we covered it recently. WHO air quality standards, it was also a very hot topic when this air quality standards were released by WHO after the year 2005. So that's why it was expected that this question would come. And this particular topic, Miyawaki has also been covered by UPSC, I think 1 or 2 years earlier. And again, they have asked a question. We discussed about this topic elaborately in our Yojana magazine. This article was there. Let's see this article also. We covered it in here, this developing natural forest cover, a case study from Yadadri, Telangana. So in this Miyawaki restoration technique was elaborately discussed even in the Yojana magazine article. This was this was discussed very elaborately, and if you had given it a simple reading, you would have attempted this question also. And again, there was another question regarding forex. So because there has been a change in our foreign exchange reserves, so there was a question regarding that, and we covered it also in very recently on 10th of May. Similarly, there are more. All of these questions have been discussed, and we have shared this screenshot. And it is not that we have done something very big. It is like I've told you in the beginning, that we have done the bare minimum for you, and we are also learning with each passing exam and upgrading ourselves to keep us in touch with the changing times. And even if we had failed to score good in our current affairs section, our commitment towards regularity and quality would not have shrunk. Okay, we would continue to give you these current affairs, we would continue to upgrade ourselves, and we would continue to deliver you quality content regularly. And you know that this content would always remain free, and this content would also, of course, the name of this series may be Prelims Booster, but the approach that we follow, it is comprehensive. So this would also help you in your mains exam. So just do not go into the prelims ghost. You can also utilize these current affair notes for your mains exam. Okay, so like I've told you, that our commitment would not deteriorate, even in case someday, let's assume, or touch wood, in case tomorrow or in some other exams we fail to deliver you as per your expectations, we would still continue to give you better quality material, and our commitment towards you would not reduce. Okay, so with this, I would ask you to with this, I would request you to just go through go through these two files and see what topics were covered. And those who are with us throughout this journey, they can also check their answer, or they can answer sheets, or their approach towards these questions from the notes that we have shared to you. Okay, so we would continue to provide you quality content. We will meet you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Until then, goodbye and take care.